Alright. Got it pretty well tore down. Still got to take the seats out. Steering wheel's got to come off. Wheels and tires, of course. Or, well, tires. Bumpers. The latch has got to come off. Still got a few other things to do, but for right now, I'm leaving the doors, the trunk, and hood, deck lid there. I'm leaving those on for now because I still have to get everything lined up. But now I can start filling in everything. I got to take a mirror off there too. Got a whole list of stuff I'm going to powder coat myself, and then some stuff I'm going to take in and have powder coated. And that's about it for tonight anyway. All right, I'm going to take this windshield apart because I'm going to powder coat the frame black. Well, I'm going to have it powder coated. I'm not going to. My powder coat system that I have, the powder coat that I have, the black, is not very glossy. It's kind of a dull black, and I'm wanting to go with a glossy black on a lot of the parts. So I'm going to disassemble it, taking those two screws out there, and these two screws out on this side, and then it just starts sliding apart. And then this rubber, I'll slide this all the way out the bottom piece, and it should be about ready to go. Okay, the windshield frame is completely apart from the glass, that is. And this piece is just going to slide out of this little channel. Like so. Push this rubber back on here. This basically is one piece of rubber that starts here, goes all the way around, and ends back right here. And it is glued on, but the glue is really rubbery, windshield glue. So, just kind of push it back on there. Put this in a safe place until I get this powder coated. Go ahead and take out this brass piece here by taking those two screws out and those two screws there. Remove this. I don't really particularly need that to be powder coated black. And there we go. This is brass that is chromed. So it's chrome plated brass. Very, very soft. Okay, if you remember a few episodes back when I was working on putting my mirror together, my rearview mirror, I had lost one of these tiny little screws. And so when I was putting my visor pieces on, I had lost one of these screws. It goes in here. Well, I ended up making another one. I ended up ordering some screws that were way too long, and I did it on purpose so that I could cut them the right length. And I always like to start off long with them. Here's one here. I always like to start off long with them because that way I can pinch it with the vise and cut it that way, cut it off to size. And here's one here. It's just slightly different, but the threads are right, the length is right and everything. The reason why it was so important to get that length right was because when you put it in there, in that track, you're screwing it into this this track here, so the length has to be, say it's a little longer, but the length has to be right because now the windshield sits inside this track, and there's one of them right there. As you can see, it's right to the edge. Now I'm going to put mine in there and show you what it looks like. All right, so here's the factory one, and down here a ways is the factory screw and mine. You can see it's sticking out just a little bit. This one here, that one there is mine. That's factory. So any more than that would probably break that glass. And it, just that one right there, being that long, could cause a little bit of stress on that glass in time and cause it to crack. With that in mind, now that I see that, I'm probably going to go ahead and file that down just a little bit more to make sure it doesn't interfere with the glass. Now, where it goes against the glass is covered in rubber, but I still want to make it just like the factory one, so that way I know it's not going to break. To give you an idea how thick this frame is here, it's not very thick at all. Let me get a measuring tool. All right, so the thickness, and we're measuring at the base of it, 2 centimeters. I mean, not centimeters, 2 millimeters. Yeah, pretty thin. So there's not much bite, and the screws are tiny. So when you move those visors, you might want to move them easily. And I would probably grab them in such a way where you're not slinging them like you would on a normal car. All right, now I got to take this brass track out of here. Along this side, there's a brass track. Let me lay this down. And this track is what your windshield arms will screw into. So the brass windshield arm, chrome covered brass insert, you go put a screw through that, and then it screws into this thin little piece of brass. I don't like this design. It's too weak. I believe it's Whitby Cars that sells a replacement brass insert like this that has the threaded, 4-threaded holes in it. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this brass piece out because I think I'm gonna go ahead and spend the 30 bucks for the stainless steel piece that goes in here. Hell, I've already tore it down, why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and tap this out of here. Hopefully I don't have to tap it, we'll see. All right, I got my microphone on and I also have my fan on. So hopefully you can hear me. But hopefully everybody saved their plastic bags from assembly. When Factory 5 sent it, they sent a ton of plastic bags. I kept every one of them. Plus I had actually been putting together a bunch of them before my kit came. So I have a lot of them. So each thing that I take apart, I use these little bowls here, but these are magnetic bowls, so they don't work with stainless steel or brass. So most everything you get with Factory 5 is going to be stainless steel screws, mostly. The ones that I didn't get that were stainless steel that I felt needed it, I would replace them with stainless steel. But I'm using these bags. Oh, that's the one I replaced. It actually works. It's actually not. Yeah, it's not stainless steel, I guess. Cheap stainless steel. Anyway, these are going to be put in with the rest of my windshield parts bag. Some more of my windshield parts bag. I got the side windshield screws. Then I have the stuff I just put together there. These are the main bolts that hold the windshield on. So that's all windshield stuff so that I can put it back together whenever I get back from powder coating and I get it painted and everything. All right, it is coming out by just a little bit of force and a piece of plastic. Okay, it was. All right, I'm just using a wooden mallet. Probably use a rubber mallet too, but I didn't want the bounce back. All right, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and mark top left, top right. I'll mark this because there is a little bit of an angle to it.
Seems obvious. This is the inside if that's the outside, but if that gets wiped off, at least got a little bit of that. All right, one down, one to go. Okay, now this one seems loose. Yep, this one's loose enough I can just push right out. All right, bottom. That might be why this one was so tight, is because of that angle, or because it's bent like that. They might have done that just to keep it in there and hold it in place. If that's the case, I'll probably do the same, but we'll see whenever I go to reassemble, because I'm not planning on using these. All right, we are officially ready for black powder coat. Okay, so while I'm doing this body work and doing the paint, I'm gonna need to paint up in here, so the seats are gonna have to go. I'll be able to mask all this up under here, but I can't even get a gun in here to paint that, so the seats got to come out. Now the seat brackets that I have are these brackets are the oh, I can't think of the name now. I'll think of it here in a second. Anyway. So these brackets are kind of expensive, but these are the ones, in my opinion, are the best, aside from maybe making your own. And because you can yank these seats right out of here. These brackets are the Breeze brackets. They came bare metal, and I powder coated them black myself. And these are adjustable, really nice. They're a little expensive, but for the ease of use and work, if I need to get up under here now, 4 bolts, I got the seat out and I can climb in there and do what I got to do. All right, got her pretty well stripped down. Straighten these holes up a little bit. Still got to take the mirror off there. Right now I'm working on the trunk here. Getting the right size gap on each side, down below. Same with up here. My gap gauge tool I'm using. A little tight right in here. Tight over here too, real tight over here. Good down here.